Hey guys, this is Tigress coming back to you with episode 50 of Minecraft New Adventures. And today we're basically just gonna be having some fun and messing with some more happy ghasts. Because Ghastly deserves a friend. A friend that's not an untamed deadly natter. Time to jump into the pool and have some fun. Also guys, as you can probably see, no I've not organised the shulker boxes. And by see, you can probably see, like, if I'd organised them, the shulker boxes would have been moved. I will quickly organise them now. Kind of think I probably should just, chuck all the very blocky things all in at once instead of coming back. I don't remember where I got changed. Actually, yes I do. I say I don't remember. It's like no, wait, no, yes I do. And that can go all in there. That can go in there. That's now full. And unintentionally being turned into my. I'd say unintentionally being turned into my enchantment in my enchanted things. But no, this is just. And how did I get a second soul spoon? I had the one, I didn't remember having the two. Still open up, that's fine. We're gonna sleep and then we are gonna. That wheat is left over from when I was messing with the sheep, and I will show you that in a second. We're gonna sleep considering there's a bunch of mobs around. I probably really should just put a gate, but all it takes is for a zombie to crawl onto the roofs, but again. I know for a fact I've mentioned it. It was in Craft One that it got mentioned actually, because I basically said my house on New Adventures is the equivalent of a giant storage box. And it's like, hold on, wait, no, guys. What it actually is the thing I basically comparing it to IRL, it'd be a case of where I keep everything where I spend a good part of the time, but in reality I sleep in a tent in the backyard. But for a dried grass to become a happy grass, they do need to go into water. And we'll come back and check on that thing in about 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes. But yes, guys, I have also done the sheep. There is one of each colour. They're all crowded in here. It's not that big. I think initially when I originally built it, I didn't put into consideration I'd need about 18 sheep. But I'm working on that. That is still going to be where I get the odd bit of colours. Like, if I just need, like, a couple colours for, like, a bed or something, I will come here. Quicker, it'll be easier. But, I'm working on something between episodes. I started to work on it. Didn't get far. meant to come by. Oh, no, wrong block. We come down here. Basically resealing all of this because of that. There will be a roof here, and this will get dug down. But, if we run down here, I basically did a straight line from where I came down, and I'm then going to basically dig all this out in between episodes. But again, most of it was dirt. The odd bit of stone, and whatever stone I did, I fixed this like I think once. But yeah, so this basically will all be covered up. The ladder probably will stay here. But like, I don't know if I'm going to keep the ladder there. Because at the end of the day, I want a way in and out. But having like a trapdoor there looks ugly. And I don't want to need to break a block every time I get into here. So what I probably will end up doing, I'll probably be along this wall. Because like guys, this wall's going to get, like, that's all going to get dug out. It'll just be a case of spending a few days. But save me digging a full forest, full mountain. I'm not going to guarantee it, because, again, rough balling it here. It probably will come up to like here. Like, it'll be a massive, like, area underground. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be a pain. I'm also then gonna keep all this, and the reason I'm doing all that is because then I have the ability to just put more things down here and just flatten this off in the near future. But then I can just have a giant grass pen downstairs full of like full of like 3 or 4 sheep. And it'd just be a giant open area. Part of me would normally say, like, I'd also like a chicken area. But, like, the amount of effort it would take to swap all that with dirt, put the odd bit of grass in, and then wait for more hoppers, it wouldn't be worth it, and that's one ineffective. The only reason I'm doing this is because I want to basically be able to get a stack of any color in about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. Like, I don't want to be needing to wait, like, an hour. So, that I started in between episodes. I don't exactly know when I'll basically finish it. Now, I need to go and see how many leads I have, because if I've got a couple, Gassie's going to get a couple friends. If I don't, then he's not. But the only reason Ghastly's... I'm not saying they're always going to be on leads. They're not. I'd have one left. No, I'd have 2 left, because 1 lead, which means I could do 1 more, but at some point, I don't know where, part of me's kind of tempted to build it onto my roof and have my roof as this giant open area, because part of me thinks it'd be really cool. I probably will. But I'm not just gonna, like, guys, if I was recording, then it would basically be, guys, this is them now, boom, this is them fully done, and I would just stay and watch them, but again, streaming, so then the option. But until they do hatch, I have no idea what I want to do. I think I might go and spend like 10-15 minutes in the nether. And just, you know, have a look. I want to know what it would take, how much levels it would take to chuck 3. I'm chucking Mending on there because it's going to be so much more easier and so much more affordable. Wasn't going to, but it's like, it's just an iron pickaxe. And quite frankly, I can make more, but the only thing is when I enchant stuff, it's like, I don't want to, like, lose it. Like, not if I don't have the option, and in this case, I don't. I do have the option not to. Although, guys, if Craftmon ends up being late, either tomorrow via being coming out later than normal, or doesn't end up uploaded tomorrow. Ah, that's all. Jeez, Kai picks that fishing rod. But yeah, if Craftmon ends up being late tomorrow, I apologize now. Basically, I've not finished editing it yet. And because I've not finished editing it yet, it'll be edited. Don't think that's not going to be a problem. Are you kidding me? Stupid skeletons. But yeah, guys, if no one remembers this very dodgy staircase, back before I got up to episode 20, I'd gone to the Nether, and I spawned in a very different spot, and I was like, yeah, this is such a terrible spot. Granted, I don't think that's much better, but I was able to kind of make that work. Thank you, Infinity Bow. But yeah, so I basically got up to here, made this room just in case I needed cover, and then it was like right around this area. But like again, there was like loads of deadly mobs, so what this was basically meant for was allow me to come in, get my health up, and you know, brave it. But then I moved the nether ball. Because if I hadn't, I would have made this so much more better. I 100% would have just done that. But yeah. But if I had, I would have basically eventually just got rid of like that. I was also starting to make a path this way to connect me like all the way over to like there. Never did finish it. Also, I'm 99% sure, I'm pretty sure I've had Toothless around this area at some point. Although, if I'm remembering correctly, I'm pretty sure I was smart enough to I very much died when I say that though. To make it so. Kind of. At some point, I basically will. See, I do want to spend some time in another to basically go and explore. But I also want to make sure that the happy gas are, yeah, nice and happy. Plus, I'm pretty sure time progresses. Yeah, it's night here. I'm just gonna pop and double check. Although I'm 99% sure there's not going to be 2 white gas just down here. Yeah, nope. But I'm going to sleep. But yeah, guys, basically, I think it was... No, was it Tuesday? I think it was like Tuesday. I was like, I should probably get around to building that sheep, barrier. And it didn't take me that long. Like, 9 times out of 10 when I say I probably should do something, it's like, I should probably do this now, otherwise I'm gonna forget. But like, after streaming, it's like, oh, I'm kind of knackered. All I want to do is like sleep. I mean, there's gas I've had over 10 minutes. Let's say a frog, and I said, no, I'm wrong. But yeah, guys, so the underground sort of area, I don't know what else I'm going to store in there, but it's going to be, probably will be massive. But yeah, so guys, for New Adventures this week, it's basically it's been once since I've edited more than once, like, no, I'd say more than once in the space of like 3 days. Because obviously the fact of I wasn't feeling 100% Monday, I'm not 100%, I was like knackered Monday, so nothing got edited on Monday. And then I was then editing Tuesday for the episode for Wednesday. I was then finishing set editing off yesterday morning, and I was then editing it again today. So I spent like the last 3 days editing. And while editing Friday's episode, it was like I kind of just want to go and say, guys, it's gonna be a couple of days late. Like it won't be. It will be out. And guys, if I knew 100% the fact I could potentially stream, because I'm not 100% sure what's happening yet. Then I probably would. and then just finish editing it Saturday. But the good bit, I only need to edit the last half. Because guys, basically at the minute, like, because the first half was basically like the first half an hour, just over like it was like 40 minutes roughly, was spent basically getting back to my base. That first like clip has been edited, like all a lot. Now all I need to do is edit the last, like probably like the last half an hour worth of like probably the episode. I say that I don't actually know how long the episode's gonna be, just because. Like, guys, when filming episode 4, it's like, okay, this is going to be, like, not as long as the rest, and it's like, episode 1, 59 minutes, 45 seconds. Basically, I went over the hour by a little bit, which is why then I started editing a lot, because it's like, yeah, this will be fine. So, I had to. Then episode 2 was 57 minutes, 57 minutes, 52 seconds. I then went up by like about a minute for episode 3. Episode 4 was shorter than that, but all over 55 minutes. Episode 5 is about 48 minutes, and I'm taking a rough guess now. I'm presuming. Okay, this is not great. Sorry about that, guys. But basically, guys, I have my charger sort of on the edge, just so if I ever do need to get it, I can. And for some reason, instead of basically just being able to reach and grab it, I had to sort of move because I was sat on it. One thing I do want is these happy gas to hurry up. I'm gonna give them like 5 minutes. But like, yeah, so I'm presuming episode 5 is probably gonna be about 50-ish minutes long, because I'm presuming I'm probably just gonna turn around and be like, okay, I can get rid of probably about half an hour. Just because like episode 4 wasn't too bad. So it sort of just spent the last half coming back. Episode 5 was always going to be shorter because it was exploring, so there was parts of it was like, because I went and explored, went and looked around, went and searched for stuff for a couple of hours. Because guys, again, there's always longer footage, always. And basically in the end it's like, most of this is boring because most of this is just me exploring this, like, very similar woods or very similar Arctics. Which is why a lot of the episodes, like, because there's points where I've run through one, run through a different, and all a lot. It got to a point where I was trying to basically add them, like, make them look like they were the same. Also, guys, something you are gonna, because actually I don't know. Because I don't know whether I ever edited it. I don't think no, I'm pretty sure it's in the last half. And I don't know if it will be in the actual episode. But guys, basically, Weiss recorded episode 5. I don't know if it's in episode 4 either. But Weiss recorded episode. Now, Weiss recorded episode 6. I don't know if it was in episode 4 or 5. It feels weird because it's like, hold on, wait a minute, it's been episode, like, but no, it was episode 6. I was starting to get, like, I was starting to sweat and, like, get hot because it's still slightly warm in the UK. And although it's been cooler, I basically don't have the fan on my recording anymore. Um, streams are kind of dependable. I've not got it on for nights, but streams will kind of just be a case of we'll see. But for recording, nope, because it's annoying hearing something in the background just sort of go buzz, and it's like, and like technically speaking, I could probably edit that thing out or replace it with something else, but that's more effort, and I don't want to. So it's just a case of nope. Plus, it's just more annoying to edit with it in because it's like, okay, so why the hell does this thing sound higher than my voice? Like I say, I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes, but then I'm gonna go back to the Nether. But like, if you did miss episode 49, I found a couple and hatched one, and I think it was episode 49. And I was like, oh my god, these things are really cool. No, I think it was episode 48 even, because I'm pretty sure that's something on Ghastly. But yeah, like, there we are, and I found a few more last episode. What was like, guys, anyone wondering why, like, these haven't grown back? I have no idea. I'm pretty sure it's just because, like, those, and I'm not that fussed. Because I don't have any plans to reuse the wood. Okay, I'll give it one more minute, and then I'm popping back to Nether after that, because I'm starting to get impatient. Splash. See, I don't know whether you can take Happy Gas to the Nether. Because technically speaking, you can have them in the end, because you can place water in the end. And I don't know if it has to be actual fresh, the equivalent of fresh water compared to bucket water. Again, if I ever locate an emerald, I'm tempted. Raining cannons! Oh, Nordica shell. Okay, right, I'm gonna go to sleep, and then I'll pop back. Once they... Well, I'll pop back and check in the morning. One last quick check, and I know I just have, but... Again, I'll run over and check, and then pop to another, and then basically check them again, like, probably the end of the episode. Although I will say, New Adventure definitely does feel like it's going quicker today, because... It's already been 2 days. But actually, it kind of feels like it's already been 3 days. Yeah, it's like, I was sort of at the end of day 494. Okay, yeah, I will come back and check after I've had some more fun in the Nether. Although, guys, it does remind me, there is a few things that I do need to do on Craftmon. Because basically, I think it was earlier. Was it earlier? Yeah, actually, I think it might have been earlier. part of me was like, oh, I should jump on New Adventures, get the last little bits of things that I wanted, like, because I wanted to sort of dig out the hole a bit more. And in the end, I was going to, the 100% was going to, but it's like, oh, I've got to edit. And whilst I was sort of editing, I was eating food, and I was also playing Pokemon at the time. Well, we've hit him at least. I'm on fire. I'm not the Human Torch. Being on fire is not good for me. Yeah, I might need a few blocks. I can actually hit the skeleton. No, I already explored this. I want to say I have, because I remember seeing one ages ago. And I think this might have been it. Again, who needs a fishing rod that big? Okay, so that's that explored. I know it's some... Under most circumstances, I probably wouldn't try and go after the mine quartz because it's kind of pointless. But with everything like half grow, I just need a few bits of XP just to kind of get them back up to a nice little level. What I will do is continue this bridge. Basically something I started ages ago, but then never finished. I would need like a stack, and at some point I will. Actually, now surely those things have, you know, I don't want to say hatched, but surely? Also, guys, if you haven't already, new shot out plus, like, technically new video too. But basically, to explain it, yeah, still, no, right, okay, I'm gonna go empty my inventory. Now the back. Basically, guys, to explain it, the last couple of weeks I've basically realised on the Thursday that I still have weeklies for Marvel Rivals to do. Also, there is a new event currently up on Marvel Rivals. I have started playing it. I will go into the details of it tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I want to say tomorrow. I don't actually know. Like, turn around saying, yeah, I know 100% that, you know, I'm going to be free to stream tomorrow night. But when the next stream Marvel Rivals, I will go into the details then. But while I was streaming Marvel Rivals earlier, I basically need to play 4 more games as strategist. So I was playing Little Snow. And I don't know how, but I managed to get MVP. I'm starting to smile. And again, because I managed to get MVP, it's like, okay, I will save that, upload it into a drawer. Guys, I literally edited that in between editing Graph 1. Because, again, editing the first half, and don't know if I went over this in episode 5, but basically when I started editing Graph 1 with the Share Factory thing on PlayStation, don't know if it's like a normal like thing that can have access to on any device and potentially PC. I have no idea. But it's useful and, again, nice free option. I was like, yeah, editing this Lunar Snow clip is going to take me like 2 seconds, because I basically just need to upload it. So at least just in case I put a few little, you know, bells and, you know, last little bells and twinkles and all the fancy stuff just to make it look and pop out a bit more. Okay, time to sleep. Although, annoyingly, my big giant project down there, plus needing to get XP, I probably reckon it will probably take me about 100 levels. I wouldn't be that surprised. No, not again. Guys, when I say not again, anytime I do, generally say not again. At the minute, it's something I do need to move. But at the minute, there's something that's to my feet that's kind of wobbly, kind of slightly broken. Basically, there are two clips on the bottom of the thing's feet that are broke. That I say broke. That are properly pegged together for the rest of it. And it can very easy enough be knocked over. And even if they did, it could still easy enough be knocked over. And I don't fancy picking up like several different pieces. Oh, the temptation just to pop back to... You know what? Yeah, I'm popping back to another. Gonna go and get some nether right and just continue that bridge. Because sitting around waiting for happy gas to grow is annoying. Also, guys, I don't know why there's foxes up here. Like, honestly, I have no idea. Like, I remember trying to get... Sorry, my voice. I remember trying to get one back and it accidentally getting loose. I don't know why there's one in the nether either. But yeah, so I knew one got out. I didn't know there was more than one. Hello. Did not know you spawned up there. Again, try not to break my armor. Because it's actually very decent armor, so I'm going to take the boots off for now. Which isn't smart, like I willingly admit. But again, I'd rather take a bit more damage than armor that I spent a good while getting. You know, just breaking. Because if this armor breaks, I'm kind of snookered. But not much further. I reckon another couple stacks I can get all the way over there. But again, that can be done in between. That can be done in the next episode or something, or at some point. Okay, one of them has to at least be. Okay, I'm gonna go and pop everything back. And then I'll run back and then just watch them. Because I think Fortress and Nether in one episode is kind of stupid. Again, I found it annoying how I can literally have any of that stuff around. But like the villagers instantly want access to it and it's like, no, bugger off. It's like they think my house is theirs. And guys, honestly, I have actually caught them trying to kick me out of my own house. It's like, oh, we don't like our villager houses, and but we don't like our villager houses, and that's my problem. You don't like them. They want my, giant ass house. Although I kind of reckon I could probably get away with making a giant. See, I have no idea how long the stream's going to be because basically day 500 is kind of not necessarily going to be the end, but it's going to be. Guys, bear in mind, these are put right at the beginning. As I say, what on God named Green Earth can I see flying? That's what I can see flying. Hello. Come here. They're not that fast, they're kind of slow. I'm sorry, little guys. We're gonna go show you to your new friend. And guys, I do mean Ghastly's gonna be friends with these. It's not gonna be like an adoptive situation where I just leave the infants with Ghastly because, same species. Although, in my defense, I kinda just leave Ghastly to roam around. And Ghastly turned out fine. Also, I don't know where I got leads. I forgot how slow they were. Ghastly. Ghastly, meet new friend. Pardon me. I will go and check on this one. I presume it's going to take another couple minutes. I presume. Part of me would have liked if it had been near the end of the episode. Part of me is kind of happy it's not. I am going to go make some new saddles because I know for a fact, because guys, what happened with Ghastly was I was doing stuff in between episodes and then it grew. Leather and string. Basically, guys, something I kept meaning to do for craft more. Like, no, for a fact, I'm gonna have to double check at some point. You can also make leads. I didn't make, like, you can also make saddles, but leather and string. How much leather do I have? I want to know what they can hold. Okay, now I get. Okay. Basically, guys. I was basically considering using bundles to transport everything. Because I'm kind of considering moving on new adventures, and I was considering bundles. That's going to be more of a pain than I wanted it to be. But that's also something that, like, the thing I need to do on new adventures, and again, not recording until next Wednesday again, is basically just going on an adventure both ways. Part of me is kind of tempted to do a stream, but I think what I probably will end up doing is basically finding an area and then either showing it off in video or showing it off on stream. Now, what's going to hatch first? Is it going to take another? Are we going to get to day 500, or is this thing going to still not be hatched? See, I want to see him hatch because I've never have. Also, guys, back when I think it was like last week's Marvel Rival stream, back when I mentioned about getting Lunar Snow up to Lord, I was basically going on about which one I was basically going to try and get like Lord for next. And I was looking at like Psylocke was like the closest I've got, and yeah, smart choice. I played a few games of the season with her. Actually, I played a decent bit because at the minute she's currently my highest character I've played this season, and up to captain. Granted, I wasn't going from like base, but damn it, one day. I'm gonna say it'll take about 50 minutes. I'm gonna say it. Although, guys, part of me is kind of tempted to tear that down. And, you know, just build a gas house. Gasly, who's got 2 new friends. Hey James, hey Benji. Guys, James and Benji aren't the original James and Benji. Although I will say, part of me's kind of because like to get how James and Benji look like in Quest, I basically just need to use the plastic texture back again, which I don't despise completely. Yes, I did that on purpose. I know it was extremely mean. Oh, well, almost got enough for 14 pizzas. Okay, we'll take them to the back door. Hey, Chase. Hey, I was about to say, hey, Portal. Hey, Portal. Hey, Gasler. Basically, there's a little doggy door just in case you want to come and go. And because it's that doggy door, I can then also use it to get like, because that's how it was made. It was made like that on purpose. But guys, one thing that is very much annoying, and there's the temptation of building a fence. You walked out. Like, you saw him, could have walked in, walked out. Basically, I know what happens. Because of the fact of... Let me just show. Because I have, like, those 2 class minus job blocks in here. Villagers then turn into said jobs. Like masons. And because of that, they then want to get to job blocks to do their jobs. But they can't get into my house. Because I fenced it off because I was fed up with them going into my house. But that's why I have like 3 different ways to get out of my house and like 2 different ways to get into my house. Because I can get out right by the roof. See, part of me is kind of tempted to pillar up from here, a giant like glass tube, and have like a giant tower at the top, but it's like, no, that's not look ugly, and it's not, like, I like how my house looks. Now guys, via the bundles, it would basically be a lot ineffective. Because I'm going to look up to see what bundles maximum capacity is, but for the most part, If you have access to shulker boxes, they're so much better. Like, shulker boxes can carry, like, 9 stacks of diamonds. Blocks. Shulker boxes can carry 1 stack of a diamond blocks. I'm using diamond blocks as a case of they can be turned into diamonds. Like, if you had a chest just full of, say, iron ingots, or gold ingots. Is it ingots or is it? I know it's not ingots. I know exactly what it is. I can't just think of the name. Whose tail is that? It's not Toothless's. It's Stormfly's wing. There. So every so often they do bugger off. Nuggets. If I had like a stack of golden, 9 stacks of gold nugget, like if I had like gold nuggets and like iron nuggets that I had loads of, more than what would fit into like a traditional storage box, but enough to make, say, 9 stacks of gold blocks or iron blocks, and I just had them all in like one like just like chest full. I don't know how the math would work out now, but I can carry all that in one stalker box. But from what I'm seeing from bundles, you can't. Single items aren't great, but like I could carry like say 50 arrows. Didn't have room for like 14, stone bricks. Bundles would be so much better if they could, just in a case of carrying, I don't know, like 5 stacks of anything, or 5 different things that can all be stacked. Even if it was a case of these things can only carry stackable items, because technically speaking, shulker boxes can either carry 9 stacks or something, or 9 shields, 9 swords, 9 tools. Ah, wild beast. Apart from that, just sleeping. And Toothless wants some belly rubs. Guys, I have basically everything. I think the things that do kind of bug me with New Adventures the most are 1, the fences and the fence gates. More specifically, I hate the fact that I had to put gates here. I've not fed anyone in a while, which... The fact that I had to put, gates there kind of bugs me because I liked it looking like a big opening. And then the fact that I had to fence off my front door. And then something else that kind of bugs me. These deep slate tile slabs. I had to use slabs because I needed light under there, and these were not cutting it. But then I like when I intentionally wanted to use like for instance this, I think looks great. Nice fenced off little dog area, nice fenced off swimming pool. You can't randomly fall in. It's safe. On that New Adventures one, but that was just a tiny little paddling pool. No, the campfire can roast them. In between episodes, I will probably try and get my armor mended. No promises. Annoyingly, the sheep are going through the grass like crazy, but there is like 1 of each color, and there might be 2 of a couple. Just 'cause I think I went to about 20 sheep, I think. This will also potentially be further dug out, and by that I mean I Again, I could have done it in the episode, but it would be boring as hell. Guys, like, it'd be, like, if I had to do this in Craftmon, and it'd basically me going, right, guys, today we're gonna go do, and then be like, oh my god, we're all done. Because I wouldn't show it off in the actual episode, because it'd be boring as anything. No one wants to see someone dig a hole. I will say, the easiest way, the best way, like, thankfully, because I did a path, I basically, I think it was here. Yeah. Dug, like, straight down. Again, at some point it will be filled. I did use a few torches. Only benefit is, I can see this. Part of me is kind of tempted to sort of keep this gap open, because it means I can. Or at least make a gap here. Because if I need a hole to get down here, I might just leave a part of a gap there, just so I don't have to... I wasn't expecting to come down, okay. Just so I don't have to ruin the path. But guys, that is the end of the episode. Sorry it's been a bit more boring, but New Adventure is definitely sort of more chill. At some point I will think of a design that I want to build for the gas house. Part of me is kind of tempted just to build, like, I might just look up a few designs and see what ones I like. But, like, I'm happy Ghasty's got a few new friends, although we can't see them. But guys, we're on day 500. Although, to be fair, it means barely nothing, but day 50 for day 500. I'm happy it lined up. Didn't try to get it though, so it's a nice little miracle. But yeah guys, so this is Dagger signing off. Bye.